Laura TV. We're here to answer your questions about marriage and relationships. And you know what? This one came from Delaware, from an attendee at one of our workshops in Delaware, and this one applies to every marriage on the planet. I can guarantee.
It's part of the difference between men and women. So
it's a woman asking this question. I seem to always have to tell my husband what to do. Why doesn't he just know what needs to be done around the house or with the kids or with whatever?
wait.
Here was the second one. There are a few of them. What if I always ask him to do, why if I always ask him to do something, he always says he'll get to it later and it never gets done. So I put those two together, both from conference attendees.
Well, so we had a little off-camera discussion here, and Shauna, our virtual assistant, said yes. I say to my husband, why, who's our son, why can't we need to clean the house, what needs to be done? And he looks around, tell me what needs to be done. And Nate, our tech guy, said, everything's supposed to be out so you know where to find it. The difference between
Well, for
men
that
and women.
second question that says, okay, go ahead.
And when you ask a man to do something, okay, he says he'll do it. You don't have to remind him every 6 months to get it done. At some point, it will get done.
Exactly, and here's why they don't get it done right then. It's because when they come in and you ask him to do something, if he's not in that box of his brain to do that,
he's not in the cleaning box?
He's in the coming home box. He's in the I gotta eat box. He's in the I need to play Xbox box. He's in the I gotta go to the bathroom box. Whatever it might be, he's not in his cleaning box. So when you ask him that question right there, and he says, "Oh yeah, I'll get it done later," you might have to remind him when he's in that box. Remember when you said you were going to get this done? But we do have a few
tips
tips for you.
And we say this all the time, but men are not mind readers, okay? And
we want them to be.
Right, and we can't, honestly, we cannot think as fast as you ladies. You ladies think of things so fast because we have to move from box to box as we think. Now, once we're in the box, we can think very long and hard about this and stay focused on it, but you got to get us in the box.
So how do we get you in the box?
Well, there's different ways to motivate. Let's just say that.
No, then you're being that box.
No.
I want to know, how do we get you in the cleaning box or the picking up box? Do we have to?
You have to be clear and concise. You have to say, Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, I need you to be focused on cleaning the house. And then he can either say, okay, well, I'll sleep till 9:55, and then we'll get up and do it, or I'll get up because I want to watch Sports Center. But yeah, if you give him very specific instructions, and again, this takes some planning. And it takes some cooperation, and it takes realizing that you're working on this together, but it really does.
Ladies, we do have to be specific. I remember when our son was probably 12 or 13, and I would always, and from the time he was able, I've always been a big believer in my kids can do chores. You know, they can vacuum, they can dust, they can put away their own clothes.
She had him putting stuff away at 3 years old.
So he knew.
Great mom.
I for years have said, go clean your room, and I would get so frustrated because I'd walk in there after he said he was done, and his room was not clean. And it just frustrated me beyond belief. And finally, Jay said one day, you've got to specifically tell him, make a list of what he needs to do. So the next time I needed him to clean a room, I made a list. Take the vacuum out of the front closet, take it to your bedroom, and push it on the floor so that, it was that specific. I felt like I had to be that specific. But I did. I made a list and said, here's what means clean. Your flows, your clothes up off the floor and in the laundry hamper if they're dirty. Your clothes up off the floor and in your dresser if you think they're not dirty. Take everything off your dresser and wash it down and dust it. Being very specific, because what we don't understand as women, because our brain can go all the time and we jump back and forth between both hemispheres. Men don't. And our friends Bill and Pam Farrell have said this: men are like waffles, women are like spaghetti. And that's because men have these boxes, just like we do on our little waffles. And they get in that box, and until they come out of that box and go into another box, it's not going back and forth in their brains.
Oh, we just lost lights.
It's okay, just keep going.
Really? Okay, let's just keep going. We're almost done. We're just going to be too dark.
Hey, we're just a little dark right now, but don't worry about it. We'll get it fixed. We're going to keep answering this because we've got good stuff.
We're going to have a man fix it. We'll see how long
it takes to have a man fix the light. So, hey, Nate, we need the light fixed. There, I was very clear and specific. And look how it worked. I was very specific.
Here's a good point. Because I was going to go, this is really weird. I was going to say, like in our house right now, there's light bulbs that need to be changed. And Laura's like, will you change the light bulbs? Sure. Then she needs to take the next step and say, when can I expect it to be done? And that way, you put a time that you agree on, And as you work together to make that happen, you can
So those are kind of the tips for the longer version of things that need to be done. But for those things that are like, you know, when your husband walks in and it's after dinner and you know your kids need a bath, but he's not offering, here's what we need to do. You need to say, you know what? The kids need a bath. Could you give them a bath tonight? About 7:30.
Instead of saying,
boy, the kids have played outside all day today. They're stinky. He's going to go, yep, they sure
yep, they are.
We have to be clear and concise with what we need our husbands to do. So hopefully this helps you and helps your husband and you clearly communicate about what needs to be done. Again, if you have any questions about marriage and relationship, please put those in the box. Put them, direct message us on Facebook. We would love to answer your questions.
We're Jay and Laura Laffoon. We're here to answer your questions on marriage and relationships. This has been Jay and Laura TV.